Now, we're not going to get through an interview without asking about Fev, the big fella. He turned it on last week against us, unfortunately. I got to witness it, but you can't help but be amazed at some of the stuff that he does. What's it like playing with him, and what's he like around the club?
He's a great person around the club. He talks to everyone. He's just a larrikin. What you see is what you get with Fev when you see him on TV. He's one of those blokes who can do anything out in the footy field as well. So that goal he kicked last week over his head, me and Gibbsy just laughed when we ran back to the centre, just at some of the things he can do out there.
Yeah. Well, what about the celebrations? You got this little thing going with the fist and then the... Yeah. Just talk us through where did this come from?
Don't know, it's just a few things that we've been...
Who started it?
Don't know, Juddy doesn't mind it and Fev's pretty big into it, but Simo loves it, and Eddie is always doing the handshakes and all that sort of stuff. It's a bit of a thing that we just do down at the club.
Well, Fev and Eddie are your leading goal kickers. You're number 3. And a lot of people say your kicking's not that good. I reckon your kicking's okay. Have you worked on it in the 3 or 4 years? Are you conscious that people say your kicking needs to get better?
Yeah, there was probably one game that probably stood out that was on a big stage against Essendon that my kicking wasn't too flash, and sort of ever since then my kicking hasn't been too good. But there's always been sort of at probably every 4 or 5 kicks I might shank one. So trying to drill it as hard anymore, just trying to put it out into space a bit more and let guys run into it a little bit. So I am mindful of it and always work on it with the coaches down at the club. What about
this celebration, Patrick McGinnity from West Coast, Robert? This is a different style again. He kicked a goal on his first goal in footy, and all this almost a Wiggles type celebration. What is all going? What's going on out there?
You got to realise these blokes are full-time professional footballers, so they've got a lot of time to work on these things. Like, that's all I can put it down to. It's a bit sad, Richo.
Look, Ballsy, what you have to realise is you're a different generation.
Okay.
And I am too now. I'm Generation
X,
right. But Generation Y, they're right into this sort of stuff. Don't worry about that.
I reckon it's good that they celebrate a goal.
It is good.
Yeah, we're trying to get Eddie down at the club to do a backflip, but I don't think it'll come out though.
The soccer style?
Yeah.
Just quickly on Ruckman, Mark, Cruiser, he just continues to impress. What's he like as a young fella?
He's his nickname's Humphrey down at the club, doesn't speak too much, but he's obviously had to fill a few gaps in the Ruckman stocks that we've got down there at the moment at the club. We've had Sammy Jacobs out injured along with Robbie Warnock, so... but on the weekend he went down forward and took a few clunks and looked pretty promising.